morning, and welcome to another edition of Tech Tuesday presented by Delta Media Group, where we recently heard a beautiful story. Two antennas met on a roof, fell in love, and got married. The ceremony wasn't much, but the reception was excellent. So, today we are going to take a look at a feature that we've recently added to the DeltaNET that is one that I personally have been waiting on for a long time. But what it allows you to do is purchase your own domain name through the DeltaNET. So there's no more, going out to GoDaddy or Rackspace. I guess probably, any domain registrar or any third-party registrar, or network solutions. That would be another good example. Going there, buying a domain name, and then coming into the DeltaNET and hooking it up, and then going back and configuring it all to get it to point to your website. You can still do that. So if you want to buy a domain through a third party, that's still an option. However, if you don't, or you just want the simplicity of it, you can now buy a domain right through the DeltaNET. So, in order to do that, we can go up here and just type in domain. We're going to go to the domain settings page. So I can type that into the quick actions, and then go down here and click on domain settings. Alternatively, I could have gone over here and click on the gear and gone into my settings page, and then found my domain settings page there. So that would be another option. Now, in order to buy a domain, you can see if we scroll down this page, we have a new button down here that says Purchase/Manage Domains. So if I click on that, because I have never set up an account, never purchased a domain here before, you can see it tells me I need to create a domain management account. So I just click on Get Account, and the system will build an account for me. And there we go. Now my account's been created. We give it a second, and then the page refreshes, and here we are. So now, it's a good idea to check your account info just to make sure things line up. So you just click there, and it just allows you to verify your name and email address. Now this is what will be set in the fields by default for your actual domain registration, so it's useful that these are correct. So just confirm those are correct and click Done. And I'm just going to close it because I'm not going to change anything. And now we just search for a domain name. So you'd think I'd have thought of something great. realestatedomain.com. Probably nobody has registered that, so I guess we'll find out. So if we click on Check Domain, the system will check with GoDaddy, see if that domain is available. If it's not, it'll tell us as much, but in this case you can see that, congratulations, this domain's available. Now there is a possibility of you typing in a domain name that is available, but it won't be available through this system. And that would apply to premium domains. So, this is all standard domain names that can be registered through here. But if GoDaddy considers it a premium domain, that means they charge an extra fee for it, and that fee could be, that could have a registration fee of anywhere from $100 a year to $10,000 to register. It just depends on the domain. So only the standard domains with the standard pricing will come up as available here. So fortunately, we can see that this one's available. So in order to purchase it, we'll just click on Purchase Domain with SSL, and it gives us the price there, $24.99 a year. And keep in mind that that does include the SSL certificate. So that's where it differs from going through a third party. Like if you went to GoDaddy or Network Solutions and registered a domain and set it up here, if you wanted to add that SSL certificate to it, or rather the HTTPS TLS certificate, if you want to get technical with that, you would have to do it through here, and there would be an extra charge for that. However, if you register the domain through here, there is no additional charge. So we've now chosen to purchase our domain. It just verifies what the domain is. Period's automatically set to 1 year, and it will be automatically selected to auto-renew that domain each year. So that means that the system will automatically charge you each year to renew the domain and the security certificate. Now down here, we set our registrant information, or really all of our contact information for the domain. By default, this box is checked, which means that whatever I put in here for the registrant information will be used for all of the other contact information fields for the domain. If you've never registered a domain before, domains are special in that you can specify multiple contacts for different things. So if I uncheck this box, you can see that now, in addition to registrant, I have a tab for administrative contact, technical contact, and billing contact. So if I did want all those to be different, I could uncheck that box and set the contact information on each one of these pages, or tabs rather. So we'll go back over to registrant. We're going to use the same for all. Now you can see it auto-filled with my basic information, name, organization it got from the company name. last name, and if I go down a little bit, email address is down here. But you'll need to finish this out by filling in every one of the fields that has a star next to it. Obviously you can fill in them all, but the fields with a star are required. And then as we go down here, you can see that you can't unselect the HTTPS SSL certificate. That is already included, and there's no way to get it without that. So it's all a package deal there. And if you want to also add domain privacy for an additional $5.99 a year, you can do that by checking this box. And you can see the amount changes. And then when I click done, that would register and send through the payment for this domain. So we'll go ahead and uncheck this. And actually, I'm not going to purchase this domain through here anyway. I'll just give you a little information about domain privacy. What that does is you put in all of your real contact information here for the registrant information. Anybody can see that who does a lookup for your domain. So anybody who knows how to look for it could easily see all your contact information just by checking that domain. If I check this box, it basically masks all of that information, so that if somebody were to do a query on this domain to try and find the contact information, all of this would just come back to them as private. So that's what this additional feature is for. So you would just click done. That registers your domain, and what's more than that, it also handles all the configuration of your domain. So we'll go ahead and close this out. But what it'll do is handle all the configuration of your domain and then show it down here in this list if you want to go back and modify it. So to give you an idea what that looks like, I'm going to switch over to an account that has one set up already. There we are. We'll go to the domain settings page here. Let's try that again. There we are. Domain settings, and you can see here that I've got several domains attached to this one, but this is the domain that I added through that process. So you can see it automatically dropped it in here, connected it to my website. It worked almost immediately. Within a few minutes I was able to type this in and it went to my website. The security certificate was set up right away, and I didn't have to do any additional configuration. It was all set to go. Now the other thing I'll add is that once you have registered a domain this way, if I go back to this purchase/manage domains button, it will show me all the domains that I have registered through here, whether or not they're set to auto renew, and I can go in here and make modifications to those as well. And then it also has my order and purchase history down here from when I purchased the domains. So there you have it. Now as far as entering billing information, just to cover that piece, that is handled through your payment profile. So if you don't have a payment profile, when you attempt to buy the domain, it'll take you over there and have you enter one. But if you have one entered ahead of time, I can just type payment up here. Or better yet, we'll go to our settings page. There we are, payment profiles. So like the other features, I can go to settings, search for payment profiles there, or go up and search for them here. But this is the payment profile page. So if you go here ahead of time and set up a payment profile, whenever you do anything in the DeltaNet that would require a direct charge, like setting up a virtual phone number or purchasing a domain name, obviously, then it'll bill based on whatever information you have here. If you don't have this set up ahead of time, when you click the button to actually make the purchase, the system will tell you need to set up a payment profile, and it'll take you here to get it done. And then once you're done, it'll take you back to the old page where you can hit submit and continue on with purchasing whatever it is you wanted to purchase. So there you have it. That is how you can purchase a secured domain through the DeltaNet. As always, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to send an email into support@deltagroup.com or give us a call, and we would be happy to walk you through the process over the phone. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you again next week.